So let's talk about what the properties are that this water has that would get these incredible results. Well, the first of these properties is that the water is an antioxidant. Now, when we think of antioxidants, we probably don't think of water. We probably think of an antioxidant pill or juice or fluid of some kind. But what exactly does antioxidants do in the body? Well, a very good antioxidant will reduce aging in the body. It's an anti-aging product. It's also anti-inflammatory, which is why when people are drinking our water, the discomfort that they have in their joints and other areas of their body that have been a problem for them for years and years simply goes away, because with inflammation goes away discomfort. So how is the water an antioxidant? Well, what we do is we actually take this water, they're your regular tap water, and we're going to run it through a filter through the machine, and it's going to pass it over 7 plates that are titanium and coated in platinum. And we're going to put a charge of 230 watts of power to those plates, and we're going to do several special things to that water. The first is we're going to take your regular water molecule, which is H2O, we're going to cleave off one of the hydrogen molecules, and what's left behind is called hydroxyl. Now, hydroxyl has a negative charge, and I want you to remember that because your free radicals in the body have a positive charge. Now, a free radical is a mutant cell in the body. It has the ability, according to some scientists, for one free radical to damage as many as 20 million healthy cells in a fraction of a second, which then creates more free radicals, causing, if you will, a domino of destruction in the body. So we want to stop that as quickly as we can. Now, some folks, speed that process up by putting things in their body or being surrounded by things that actually speed up the process of oxidation. For example, smoking would speed up that process on the inside and the outside. When we see a smoker, we usually see that somebody is looking a little older than their chronological age because they sped that process up. What we want to do is slow it down. So how we do that is by drinking this water that is very powerful in this negative ORP. This is something you can measure. ORP stands for oxidation reduction potential. So it has the potential to reduce oxidation, reduce the rusting, if you will, inside and outside of the body. So when we drink this water, we have the capability of literally saturating your body with this negatively charged water, which then is attracted to the positively charged free radicals. When they meet up, it neutralizes the free radical and stops that domino of destruction in the body. Very powerful. Obviously more powerful than almost anything else you can put in your body because, as we talked earlier, your body's made up mostly of water. So it makes sense that you'd want to put something in there that would do that kind of productivity in your body. Now, when we think of antioxidants, we can think of all kinds of things. And actually, antioxidants are the #1 selling over-the-counter food supplement in America today. The reason for that is baby boomers are not going gently into the good night. They're going kicking and screaming. They want shortcuts to good health. They're looking for ways to stop that process. Unfortunately, for many, the results are minimal, perhaps negligible, and the results cannot be seen. And it's very expensive. For a high-quality antioxidant, you'll spend $100 a month, perhaps even more, for a good quality antioxidant. And yet we have water here. When you buy this machine, you actually create or manufacture all of this antioxidant water, not only for yourself, but also for everyone else in your family, anyone else that would like to come by and pick up water. Very powerful. Just to put it in perspective, this negative ORP that we're talking about, I want to give you some examples of what a negative ORP would be in an antioxidant. Vitamin C, which we're all familiar with, is about a -50. Green tea, billion-dollar industry, about a -80 if you have a high-quality green tea properly steeped. Our water will measure, depending on the source water, anywhere from a -350, and I personally have measured it as high as a -900. So many, many, many times more powerful than green tea, and there is no side effect to this water. So very powerful. Now, on the positive side, these are things that cause oxidation. You'll find things like reverse osmosis water, bottled water, tap water, all of these will run a plus 350, 450. Soda pop runs a very high 375, 400. Your sports drinks many times in so-called healthy waters or healthy drinks will many times run a plus 5 or 600, meaning that they actually cause oxidation in the body. Imagine that. You imagine people taking their antioxidants with oxidized water? It's actually neutralizing the ability of the antioxidants that they're taking. The second property of the water is that it's microclustered. Now, when we talk about microclustered, this may be a simple term for it, but it's a very complex and unique property of the water. Anyone who has tasted our Kangen water knows what we're talking about because it tastes smoother, creamier, silkier. There is a textural difference this water has in your mouth. And the reason for that is that we basically make the water wetter. We actually change the surface tension of the water, which allows it to penetrate the body and superhydrate you. And this is something that is very easy to demonstrate. We do that in a DVD that anyone that's given you this CD would be happy to share with you. It's called Why Kangen Water, where we do a full demonstration showing you how this water is superhydrating in a very visible and palatable way. Also, you will find that anything that you take with this will be much more powerful. So if you're taking nutritional products with this water, it will be much more powerful in the body because this microclustering of the water allows it to penetrate into the cell very quickly. And let me tell you a little bit about how that works, because water typically clusters together, if you will. Water molecules sticking one to another, anywhere from 15 molecules to as many as 90 molecules stuck together. So imagine, if you will, that you've got a cluster of 90 molecules stuck together trying to get into a cell inside your body, which is much smaller, and it can't get in. So what does it do? It goes around the cell and ultimately out of the body. Which is why many times we have had, and I can't count how many times this has happened for me, where I've interviewed people that, as a result of drinking their water, many times a gallon of water a day, and they go to the doctor, and the doctor says they're dehydrated. They need to drink more water. Well, if you're 100 pounds drinking a gallon of water a day, how could you be dehydrated? Well, the answer is you're drinking the wrong water. You're drinking water that doesn't have the ability to penetrate the cell at the cellular level and actually hydrate the body. And that changes dramatically when people start drinking our water. When they start drinking our water, it has the ability, because we're breaking those molecules down into a smaller cluster called hexagonal water. And that hexagonal water is then allowed to penetrate the cell, delivering its package of nutrition and taking out the waste in a more efficient way. Which is why many people, when they start drinking our water, improve performance. If they're athletes, they get better hydration. Problems like constipation, which is a major problem in the United States, people get relief from because suddenly they're drinking water, they're properly hydrating the body, and things, frankly, start moving that haven't been moving in a while. So this is a very powerful way to get the results in your body that you're looking for. Another example mentioned by Dr. Mushik John in his book, The Water Puzzle, The Hexagonal Key. He likens normal water to quartz. And if you think of quartz, quartz is a great pendant perhaps and maybe a nice paperweight, but not a whole lot you can do with quartz aside from that. But if you could take that same exact chemical compound and restructure it and put it in a new structure, you can create crystal quartz. Now, crystal quartz you can do something with. You can run light through it, heat through it. You can send information through it. You can make a fine watch out of it. You can guide a missile with it. And this is the same way with this water. He likens most of the fluids we put on our body as opaque fluids or opaque water, not able to communicate properly within the body. And when you drink this water, it actually is liquid crystalline water. It has the ability to actually change the way water moves in our body. It changes the way our body communicates inside because it now has the ability through this crystal clear water to be able to transmit information accurately and efficiently in the body, which is one of the reasons why people have so much more energy when they start drinking our water. Third property of the water, perhaps one of the more important, is that the water is alkaline in nature. And let's go back to 1931 when Dr. Otto Warburg, who won 2 Nobel Prizes, one in medicine and one in chemistry, for discovering that cancer won't live in an alkaline environment and lives in an acidic environment, actually thrives in an acidic environment. So the question is, would you rather be alkaline or acidic? Well, if you've been following these kinds of things in the past, you'll know that you really want to be alkaline. As a matter of fact, there's so many books out there, it's hard to count how many, that have been written by doctors and very reputable people around the world claiming and espousing the benefits of being slightly alkaline. Actually, in Susan Clark's book, The Chemistry of Success, talks about the ability of getting yourself alkaline. And if you're able to maintain that, some of the benefits are outstanding. You actually have the ability to have more stamina, have more energy, the ability to recover from diseases faster, the ability to not get diseases and problems faster because you're slightly alkaline. Well, if you were to just bottle that by itself, would be a huge, huge product, wouldn't it? Because we're all looking for those kind of benefits. And you can do it by getting alkaline. The problem has been, as I was exposed to the idea of getting myself alkaline about 8 years ago, but when the Dr. Carpenter told me about the books to get to find out how to get myself alkaline, it didn't get very far in the book before I realized it was something I couldn't do, because it requires a complete lifestyle change, something that most Americans are simply not willing to do. The truth is, the most popular product in America is convenience. If it's not convenient to do, people are not going to do it, even if it saves their life. And what we want to do is find a quick and easy way to get the job done. Now, most of us could probably tell me right now, if I was to call anyone that's listening to this, what your body temperature should be, you would all know, 98.6. Even our children know. But how many of you know what the blood pH should be? I would bet that almost no one knows. The body blood pH needs to be 7.365. Now, it's very important to understand that this water is not going to change that pH. That pH has to stay at 7.365, or frankly, we do not survive. But the rest of the water in the body, remember as we spoke earlier, your body is made up of about 70% water. What about the pH of that water? How important is that? Well, all we have to do is look at the past, how cancer has increased in the United States. Actually, the number one source of calories in the United States today is soda pop. The average American is drinking 70 gallons of soda pop every year. Are you drinking 70 gallons of soda pop? If you're not, who's drinking your share? Kids. Kids are drinking your share, which is probably one of the reasons why the number one cause of death in children under the age of 14 is cancer. When I was a kid, I didn't know kids that had cancer. Never heard of it. Now, when I was a kid, I used to have to mow somebody's lawn to get enough money to be able to go buy a soda pop. It was a treat. When you go to the hamburger joint, you got a hamburger, fries, and one glass of soda pop. You didn't have unlimited supplies. So now you find that they have a tremendous amount of access to these products that are extremely acidic. Now, if your body is supposed to be slightly alkaline and every fluid you put in your body is very acidic, what are the chances that your body's going to be alkaline? I would ask you that whoever gave you this CD, get that DVD, Why Kangen Water, because there's a very graphic demonstration there about alkalinity. And pretty much all the fluids that you would be taking. I mean, your sports drinks, your soda pops, your bottled waters, your so-called health waters, all of these waters, including your own tap water, you can test these things and you're going to find out that they're actually very acidic. And if that's what you're filling your body with, the question is, what are you going to do to get your body alkaline? Are you going to do the lifestyle change that's required in order to get alkaline? I can tell you that I'm not going to eliminate all animal protein from my diet and dairy products from my diet and alcohol and all of the other things that you need to virtually eliminate from your diet in order to get your body alkaline. Look at the average American today. The average American is well overweight, partly because of the food that we eat. So what we want to do is have a healthy choice that's easy to do. We're in the habit of drinking water right now. It's not a problem for us to drink water. Why not change the water that we're drinking from an acidic, unpure water to a very high quality alkaline water that gets miraculous results in the body. Now, I'm going to tell you, this water is not a drug. It's not going to cure anything. Your body is the miracle. When you start filling your body with this great water, your body will then respond by putting it to work in a way that perhaps has not happened in your body in many, many years, which is one of the reasons why we have so many miraculous results on the water. Again, because people, when they start drinking this water, things start happening in their body.